Hey guys, out here on the front porch getting a little bit of practice in before we go out hunting tonight. Another deer down, so stay tuned for this exciting hunt. I think this is episode number 4, so let's go.
If you could draw a perfect storybook picture of your life that really mattered for an eternity, what would it be? That big buck standing broadside at 20 yards? Or a gobbler slowly working his way into bow range? What about the family? Or winning the lotto? Or an easy life? How about a God who loves you and cares enough to have every last hair on your head counted? I bet your mama don't even love you that much. How about a God who understands how desperate your situation is and how you cannot save yourself from your own sin? How about a God who left the royalty of heaven to limit himself in human flesh so that he could suffer and die in your place? How about a God who is patient, waiting for you to repent and join him in drawing the perfect storybook picture of your life?
So I'm sitting in a blind underneath my bow perch at the cabin blind, and these doe were very, very jittery. I had this one doe come in with a fawn, and she was just so jittery. I finally got in a position, or actually the camera in a position, where I thought I could maybe get a shot here. Got set up, got my bow ready, started to get set up to shoot or to pull back, and made a little bit too much noise, and she gone. So I stayed put in the blind, and this little guy came along and gave me a show, which was giving me more hope for the rut kicking in here. And so he thinks he's a big old boy and was scratching on this tree. But I know some of you hunters have had the same thought I have had before, where right about now you're wishing that this deer was about 3 or 4 years older than what it is right now. I know you've thought the same thing before. So I got back out in the same blind that evening, hoping that a deer would come along, hoping actually for a big buck. But one of the awesome things about sitting out in a blind, or sitting out in God's wonderful creation, is you get to see all the animals that are out, and these blue jays are having a feast on the corn.
Alright guys, we're in the blind tonight. Haven't been seeing any big bucks. Don't know why, but hoping a big buck comes tonight. If a doe comes, we'll take her, and of course any axis that comes, we'll take that too. But I'm on about my 4th day of hunting now, and I go get the kids in a couple of days and my wife. Can't wait till they get here. But hopefully we can get at least some more meat in the freezer tonight. Shot 1 doe already, but hoping to shoot more. Need quite a few more to shoot. 5 altogether. So sit back and hopefully we'll get something down.
Didn't take long. I had these 4 weanlings come in. It's a mix of button bucks and also a couple of does, I think. But since I had already shot the weanling before, I had some meat in the freezer. Wasn't really too keen on shooting another one of these younger ones. Wanted to try to get an older doe. But as I was sitting there watching these weanlings, I was hoping maybe a doe would come along. And all of a sudden, this axis shows up. And I was like, yeehaw! Here we go, boys and girls. Hopefully we can get a shot at this thing. There's only one major problem. This deer just would not stay still. It kept moving around, and I would frame up the deer and move the camera and then the deer would move again. I'd try to pick up my bow again. The deer would move around. So it just became cat and mouse for probably about 5, maybe 6 minutes or so. And so I've time-lapsed a lot of this. But I finally got set up, and I was going to pull back, and got the bow back, and the deer jumps out of the frame. So I'm trying to let down, and my finger hits the trigger, and that deer's gone. I was so upset, man. I thought, well, there goes my chance for that deer. But lo and behold, it didn't take but maybe a few minutes later, all 5 of these deer came back.
Did you see that? Yeah! Okay guys, the suspension is killing me. I gotta get out there and see what that arrow looks like. I think we've sufficiently stirred everything up here, so and they're not coming back. I'm gonna step out there and just check and see about that arrow. Yeah. This arrow looks really good. Looky there. Yeah, baby. Complete pass through. I see blood headed off that direction. I'm gonna look at the blood real quick and see what it looks like, and then we'll determine whether I'm gonna go back and look at the video or not. So let's go check it out first.
Hey guys, a little nubber buck. My second axis with a bow. And wow, had a thorn right in its eye almost. But this axis came in with a bunch of weanling whitetail deer, does mixed with button bucks. This guy's a button buck axis deer, thinking that he's a whitetail deer, I guess. But these guys push the whitetail deer around quite a bit, bully them, and we take as many of these axis deer as we can because they tend to compete for habitat for the whitetail, and so we want to keep these numbers in check. We'd much rather have some big whitetails, but these definitely are fun shooting, and they're great eating as well. So we're on about 3 days of hunting, and we've had a great time out here. Waiting for my kids to get here on December 11th, and my wife as well. And so we're going to keep on hunting. And whatever we shoot, we're going to bring to you right here. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching Indian Creek Bow Hunting Journal. Be sure and give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and you'll get all the future videos or notices of the future videos. So thanks for watching.